Yeah, what is good, whatever people, what is good, yo? Guys, food or war, food or war. Um, I don't know what to say about it. Like I said last week, it felt ridiculously rushed, and I don't think this is any different for some reason. Like, for some odd reason, they are just continuously showcasing how uh, little action they actually show us, and it's kind of, I guess, a new strategy that they're doing. I don't know. It just feels almost as if they are just running out of, things to say in those moments, so they're just kind of skipping to a further point in time. And the reason why I say this is because look at when our main character, Soma, is about to do what he's doing, and what does he end up doing overall? He ends up, at the very end anyway, he ends up just happening to, have to do one of the things that he set out to do, which was make the food. But within less than 2 to 3 minutes, they're showcasing everything he's doing in the case of like smoking charcoal and doing all this stuff to make this amazing cake. But it only takes 2 minutes of animation to actually get this thing on the screen, is my problem. And hence why I'm so confused as to why, this is their approach. But I guess it makes sense. They've probably already, done as much as they feel like they can when it comes down to exaggerating the talking. And to be fair, I am getting kind of used to this. I feel like if the show wanted to go in this direction for the rest of the time, aka just be like, oh, well, we don't want to go out of our way to explain everything every more. We just want to get you straight to the food and get more of the plot going. That's cool, but it also means that whatever they're doing, it feels like they should be building us up for something more at the end of the day if they're going to be taking this approach more than not of this whole, oh, we'll just pretty much do all of this food and make all this cooking look good, but at the end of the day, we're not going to show you the progress of how long it's really taking. We're just going to skip that part and jump into the stuff that you want to see. So that felt kind of bad. And my other example is, like I said last week, the people who are working and are friends with Soma, how much cooking did they actually do, right? They literally just said, oh, this is what the food that helped us pass. This is what helped us pass. This helped us pass. And that's what I've been like getting at when it comes to the animation, is there's just been low to no effort at all to make these moments feel as if something good is coming out of it, or something that we haven't seen is gonna happen. It just feels like they're like, all right, well, just expect to see the food after a while, and once you see the food, you can either like it or hate it, but this food is probably going to be the food that gets our main characters into a better position to win blue altogether. Uh, and that is kind of unfortunate, just because of the show was built up on how cool and clean their cooking skills were, and then on top of that, to make the food look amazing afterwards. It feels like they're just skipping one of those steps and kind of just saying, you guys seen it enough, so we'll just go into how the food looks, and more or less how the clothes are popping off when the food is actually being eaten. So, I don't know. That may not be the best thing for me, like watching people's clothes get blown off and stuff, but it is one of the huge staples of the show, so I'm not surprised that that still has stayed pretty unharmed, right? Like it hasn't been nearly as different, like the food and how quickly the food's being made, how quickly the food's being just kind of glossed over and stuff like that. So interesting stuff there. I was not expecting it in the least, so to know that this may be the new style of Food War for the rest of the season is kind of rough, but at the same time, at least we're seeing the food from the people who aren't the main characters for once, because I felt like they just didn't care. Like they just didn't care to show that type of stuff anymore. They're just like, maybe we'll show it. It's not that important anymore, you know? So we'll definitely see how that turns out at the end of the day. But yeah, Food War is something I have been watching from start to finish now, and this is one of the times I can actually say that it's changed quite a bit, and certain aspects of it aren't all necessarily there from the first time I've ever watched Food War, but it's still nonetheless the show that I expect it to be, with good looking food that makes me so hungry that I might order a cake if I need to, you know? But overall, man, I definitely hope you guys are having a good day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I had a ridiculous amount of videos to drop, so I'm trying to drop them all in this one day, and maybe sooner than later, so we'll see how that turns out. You know me, I might start talking too much about one show and not enough about the other. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. But that being said, thank you so much for the support, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Alright, peace. He has the worst special against like people with life like names. Doesn't carry them, just goes right through them. All this stuff. Alright, buddy. Screw you. Now to eat some cake or donut on them. No, no.